You are live.
We're live.
You are live.
All right. So I guess I gotta explain this. Hold on for a minute.
All right.
What up? What up? It's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. It is a late What the Fuck Wednesday because we started this show a half hour ago, and that my own goddamn fault. I didn't hit the live button or whatever the fuck. So that's what happens when my producer decides to fucking disappear on the fucking night. So basically, to try to sum this up, I had Dino with me. Now we have Kyle, and we should have Cole popping in here soon. We touched on a little bit of the whole Haitian issue in Springfield and all that shit. Like I said, I was gonna apologize and do a whole video because of what I said, and I came down pretty hard on him. But when we found to sum up everything, what we found out is they are making bank. They aren't eating these animals for food because they're hungry. They're not eating them, but they are fucking eating the animals and doing ritualistic shit, voodoo shit, like the shit me and Dino were fucking joking about. That shit is real. Um, and a lot of other fuck shit. And there's also, we touched on the people on the commission that may or may not have some kind of property interest in having all these illegals there as they dumped off all these fucking huge amount of people in the middle of a community of that wasn't that very wealthy to begin with. They barely had resources for themselves. So once again, I'm not saying fuck Haitians, even though I do have a bias. I am saying fuck the illegals because if you want to be here, do it the fucking right way. It's the only thing I say. It's the only thing I say. There are fucking people trying to do this shit the right way. Been waiting forever. What the fuck gives you the right to step in line? Oh, yeah, because you can vote Democrat now. All right. So, with that being said, we got Dino Genetic Marvel all the way from the tundra of Canada. I did have a lot better fucking intro for him earlier, but fuck, we got to roll with this. So, we just, how do I just put this on all of us again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to put all of us up there. I got to let Cole in at stage.
There you go.
All right.
What up? What up? What up?
So, Kyle, who are you, Kyle? I don't know you, Kyle, or I might know you, but I'm kind of fucking high and frustrated right now. Been talking to the goddamn air for 30 minutes.
Also true.
Bruh.
Which is one of the funniest things ever. So this is the thing is I messaged Cole because I'm meeting with these two afterward. And I was like, yeah, I'm on Marco's show because he's by himself. So, and they're like, you're not live. I'm like, oh, I'm not on my channel. I would never broadcast this on my channel. I'm trying to get monetized. That's insane. And then they're like, no, you're not live. And I'm like, well, that's weird. And then
I'm getting all kind of. I didn't look down at my phone. I got all kind of messages here, like my daughter, are you okay? Ray's like, are you not having a show? They're on Facebook, like, where the fuck is What the Fuck Wednesday? I looked at the camera. I'm like, I'm right here. I'm right here.
I 100% thought Dino was jerking me off. Like, I was like, this motherfucker's lying to me, and I don't understand why he's lying. What is the point?
A lot of shit too, man.
Let's be honest. Of all the things to lie about, this would be the one thing that I would lie about.
I was so confused. I was like, why lie about this of all things? Like,
if anything, this is the most What the Fuck Wednesday.
And I was dead ass. Dino, ask Kyle. I was talking to Kyle face to face, eye to eye, accusing you of being a full-on fucking liar. I was like, this motherfucker, he's fucking with me. What is going on? And Kyle's like, I don't know, man.
I don't know. We get, Dino. This is the fucking loyalty we get.
I was definitely defending him 100% of the time.
Who's not?
I mean, Kyle's playing pretty neutral because I'm a pretty explosive personality.
But Kyle's very new to having friends. And Kyle's like, yeah, no, I treat everybody like shit. And it's like, yeah, no, you're not supposed to do that to everybody, just to them, not to us. He treats himself worse, so it's fine.
Yeah. Nobody treats me worse than me. Unless you're a sub 5 foot woman.
Yeah. They treat everyone worse, though. That's fine.
Especially the Haitian women.
I mean,
So
trying to eat my cat and shit.
What do you think? You guys
Payback.
are closer to Springfield, aren't you, or wherever? Do you fuck Springfield? Are you close to any? I know they dumped off a bunch of fucking illegals up there by you guys. Anybody doing any fuck shit up there?
Do y'all have a bunch of illegals in Canada right now?
No,
Yes.
he's talking to you.
Yeah, I'm talking to
me?
you. Cole.
Oh,
Yeah.
in Cleveland? I mean, there's been a fuck ton of Ukrainians just popping up out of nowhere, which they're nice. You know, they dress nice. They're all wearing like Nike, you know, and like they all eat outside, which is
Yeah,
weird.
you paid for that, by the
I'm
way.
wondering if they're getting fucked over like they are down in fucking Springfield. Because from what the reports are saying is what they're doing is these people are first of all they kicked out all the homeless from the homeless shelter. The regular Springfield homeless shelter, like these was all fucking damn near all white families. Kicked them all out and then demolished the homeless shelter because their contract was up and they didn't make another contract in time or something.
Right.
Supposedly,
I have noticed an uptick of I've noticed more Hispanics popping up real recently, like within the last week or two.
We'll see
But
what they're doing.
they could just be working, you know what I mean? For all I know.
A lot of times, what the reports are saying is they're taking these dilapidated houses and buying them cheap, and
I don't fucking doubt it.
They're putting them up to the slimmest of codes, and then they'll put like 4 bunk beds in each room, or 3, depending on the size of the bedroom. They'll put 3 or 4 bunk beds in each room, and then they rent out the bed, not the room, not the house. They rent out the bed. 8 hours at a time for $200 to $300, sometimes more for them 8 hours.
$300 for a fucking bed for 8 hours on the bed.
Now these people are working, and this is fucked up because somebody, I ain't gonna put his name out there, but he tried to challenge me. You know, I told him, they actually have their own hiring service out there. It's called Diversity Staffing something or other.
I've heard of that.
Isn't that who hired Kamala?
So they have their own particular. So these people are making money. They're doing pretty much the shit jobs that actually to quote Donald Trump that nobody wanted to do, but but they are making money. But in the background, the people who are letting them in allegedly are the same people who are making all this bank off of these people. So they're exploiting these people to begin with.
My family definitely doesn't have that same business model at all.
Listen, so hey,
there's one person complained about, there's fucking people coming in that they can't get a loan to save their fucking business because they got behind. So they ended up got to sell their business, and they're getting fucking bought by an illegal or barely legal, whatever the fuck you want to call them, with these
National Lampoon's barely legal aliens.
Yeah. Illegals are coming in and buying their businesses with the government taxes that we got to pay. I don't know. Greg said it was going to be late, Ashley.
The whole where's Greg? That's always a good question. No one knows.
Here's something that I find very weird, and I wonder if you guys heard about this shit. The first time I heard it, it was a interview with one of the street pastors out in Springfield, and he said he witnessed quite a few times these Haitian illegals or semi-legals, barely legals, whatever the fuck you want to call them, buying firearms. Now, it was to my knowledge, now this is legally.
Yeah.
Now, it was to my knowledge that no illegal, nobody with a record, no undocumented, no, if you're on a passport, work, whatever, no matter what color you are, no matter what race, wherever you can't have a gun. You can't go and legally buy a firearm.
Not anymore.
Apparently, there's some, and I'm trying to see, I might have fucking wrote the number down. There was a bill or some shit that has, after it's this long, like 4 or 5 digit number that passed that makes it okay for them to hold a firearm, have a firearm.
So
I mean,
and even now that they have their temporary whatever status, which ran out and Camila Carzilla, whatever the fuck, extended it. That with that status they could vote also, which I thought was some fuck shit. and I thought, you know, it was not real. I had to look it up. That's the fuck shit. That's the fuck shit. It's real.
I don't know, man. I feel like a firearm is a basic human right, but
It should be. It's not everywhere else in the world. That's the problem, right?
I mean, neither is freedom of speech either, though. There's like,
Hey,
I
hey,
guess that's not a basic human right, I guess, but
I think
that has
you
fallen though. You guys don't have freedom of speech anymore. And
yeah, no,
you don't,
that
UK
got
doesn't. We
taken from
don't.
us.
Yeah, it's gone.
We have, like, we can say some shit.
Oh, well, you know
But
what? Something
good
else
luck.
that we touched on, Cole, that it'll affect you too. I'm gonna bring back up, but before that, that bill was 4473. If you want to look it up, that's somehow, some way. Let's the illegals. I didn't look it up, but that's what they said that the shop or whatever, and because the guy was like, no, I can't sell you a gun, and the dude spouted off some called this person and 4473.
I'm looking it up right now.
Awesome. And now, Cole, something else we talked about. They're passing a bill, or they have passed a bill. Something big going on happened today with it, where you cannot parody nor meme any political person, namely fucking Kamala Harris.
I do that all the time. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna keep doing
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Like, it might
I'm gonna
get you
look this up.
it might get you banned.
Cole's done like felony quality shit.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I know. I've seen some of Cole's
Probably
work.
today. Like,
Cole's a
That was
meme artist.
30 minutes ago.
But at the end of the fucking day, if that art is banned, it's like within the past few hours, like it came across my feed, and I started looking. There's quite a few podcasters that are pretty pissed off about it.
It's really funny that like in the what was it, the 50s, that we fought against this shit, you know, like, and now like World War II, like what we fight for if we're just fucking like we're just not speaking German. That's the only difference.
It's cool to hate the Jews again.
No.
I mean, apparently, if you're pro-Jew, that's why I always put a Jew. My fucking grandson, he's black and he goes to a Jewish school. Fuck everybody else. Fuck Palestine.
Hey man, it's right now there is a lot going on that it's like I'm not sure if you guys have heard about there's some
oh, so it's a California law.
which
Yeah,
4473?
Oh, they're
no,
gonna
the political satire. You can't.
Oh yeah, and in California, are you kidding me? They're all not even people anyway.
Dude,
Yeah.
California, watch, it's going to be in New York. And
Oh yeah, it'll take over every blue state. California is the precedent for every blue state.
Yeah,
You know, it's
that's
really-
what I'm saying.
you know,
Once it
really
passes in California, because I hear Newsom is doing some fuck shit with the gasoline too there.
It's because he's a lizard person. Let's be honest.
I mean, but how does that work exactly? That's the real question, because the internet is everywhere.
This work?
So you remember when they were saying, like, the UK was like maybe a month ago, they were trying to say, like, we're going to come get Elon Musk and anybody else who posts anything that we don't like on the internet because it's everywhere. That counts as us. Well, how's that work in California?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're a criminal in California.
Somehow, some way. I mean, because we all know. I mean, I know. Period. They're watching my show. My show's been watched forever. Dino could fucking attest.
Bro,
I swear to God, you say the name Hillary, then you just make the clicking sound of her last name. Like the whole your internet just buffers. I've seen it for years. What is this?
Yeah.
We met in 2020. That's how far back that goes.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, so they
Every time.
obviously they know exactly what and where to ban shit. I mean, they do it in China.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
if you say Tiananmen Square at like 4 a.m. While you're playing like Xbox Live, a bunch of people will just get kicked from the fucking game.
Yeah.
There's only certain websites you're allowed to be on in China, and it's a law. They have centers in every little community.
Yeah.
Every week you have to bring your laptop in, and they have to inspect it. If they find any VPN, you can't have any kind of hidden anything. Then you get fined. You get that shit gets confiscated. You could end up in jail for that shit.
Hey, but let's be honest, you
That's
can just
crazy.
remove it, bring in your laptop, and then put it back on. It's not rocket science. See, look, the whole key here is You have to follow the law as it's prescribed to the letter. Because we've
Allegedly.
abandoned the spirit of the law. The spirit of the law has gone. No one cares.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Correct. Right?
Yeah, 'cause
But that's
that
why,
same
as long
shit-
as you follow, look, when you inspect my laptop, it does not have that program. I take it back. I install the program. It's fine. And then I bring it back next time and I have it already gone.
and then they decide to
there's
fucking
always a
sweep
history
your
of
hard
shit.
drive.
Yeah. Well, this is the world we live in right now. And look, it's getting to the point where your thoughts aren't going to be your own either. Right?
And
Well, thank
speaking
God,
of,
mine will fucking harm the world.
So remember a few weeks ago when we were talking about that one illegal who was telling the other illegals how to come here and take houses and shit like that. Apparently, I've only seen like 2 reports on it, so I want to make sure it's real before I say for sure. But apparently, he's getting deported. Couldn't happen to a better fucking piece of shit.
Listen, a little while ago, so Marco, there was an Indian guy who went on the internet telling people who are new to Canada from India that, hey, it doesn't matter why you're here, but you can just go to the food bank and take all the groceries. Nobody will say anything. So you can eat for free, even if you have a job. Hey, within 1 week, they hunted him down. They're like, boom, he had a real job at a bank, lost his job and deported. And you're going, yeah, there you go. He was getting TikTok likes. It's hilarious.
I didn't know they had Jewish Indians at all.
Bro,
He traded his dot for a yarmulke.
Oh, they're even anyways. They're even cheaper. They're even cheaper. At least Jews are willing to pay something. That's just,
Hey, look, that reminds me. I went to a mutual friend of ours' housewarming party.
All right.
And I honestly feel like he bought his friend. Like, them cartoons where the person goes down to like the bus stop, hands a bunch of people money, you can come, you can come, you can come. In the midst of this, there was this Indian fella, Indian, like a Pooh Indian.
Yeah.
He looked like he owned a couple of hotels or motels.
Yeah.
But he come in and, our friend was cooking bacon and burgers. And the bacon grease, he was using the bacon grease for the bread. Well, they don't eat pork.
Yeah.
So this man handed our friend a painting that looked like it came off the wall from a hotel. And there was it was a half a watermelon cut up. The man picked up the tray of watermelon and left. He left. He just
I mean,
left
that's exactly how that was going to happen, though. Like, we all knew that. This, you know what?
Some of the silliest shit I ever seen in my life. You can't make that up.
But that's just him. Right?
It looked like a Pooh, but instead of having that swoop on his hair, it was just like flat down. It was like a Pooh just woke up.
Yeah, it's like Wish.com a poo. I get it. Yeah, that's fine.
Wait, so Marco, how come you haven't tried to start going live on X then?
I don't have an X account. Like
What?
Upside Down Studios does have an X account, and when Greg is running it, he does all that. But I only have Facebook, and the only reason why I have Facebook is because I lost my MySpace password.
You would become addicted to X because you can say whatever the fuck you want on there, and for the most part, huh?
Yeah, no. This is even worse.
They don't shut you down or anything on there because it's run by Elon and he's like pro free speech and all that. Over the past year or whatever, so
I'm sure I'd catch some kind of hey.
Listen,
no, they don't do that. They don't do any type of fucking banning anymore or anything. Well, you'll catch hate because there's still a lot because it used to be Twitter, so there's still just a shitload of fucking super alt left liberals on there still. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I have fun. Like
I even got rid of my TikTok when the TikTok was starting. The Chinese people were taking your data.
Oh, bro. Hey,
every time
but that's not true, though.
TikTok videos, and I can't fucking watch shit.
Everyone
I used to watch anyways was like there was a dog on there named Moon Pie. She was a dachshund. I fucking love Moon Pie. Oh my god, that was my shit. Like I'd fucking check Moon Pie's TikTok like 4 or 5 times a day.
I gotta find Moon Pie now. He
Oh,
was like,
dude, she's fuck sweetheart on TikTok.
moon
I said
pie.
that. I forget. I was talking to some chick, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta check on my moon pie." She's like, "What?" I said, "I gotta check on my moon pie." And she's like, "Look at it's fucking doxing, bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you?"
It's moon pie Starbucks.
Oh,
Interesting.
did they change it? Is it she's a little dachshund?
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate to. Yeah. Breaking news: Moon Pie died.
Aw,
Why you gotta be like that?
fucking Haitians.
Well, it's a
The
learning.
Haitians got him.
The Haitians got him, man. That's how that works every time. It's one of those things. Listen, this is the weird part. Is like every piece of news, you know, that comes out, people are like, that can't be true. You're like, then why are people talking about it so much? And then they're like, well, it didn't happen there. It happened 2 miles down the road. You're like, you're missing the point, dumbass. Like, and
Yeah.
that's what's happening right now. And they're like, oh, that information is wrong. Okay, what's the right information? Oh, they were $10 off. You're like, that's not the point, you dipshit. Right?
And you know what? I want to say something because they've been kind of twisting up this interview, the JD Vance interview. And
Yeah.
they try to say that JD Vance said that he makes up the stories or he passes on.
Yeah. Okay. That wasn't worded
No,
Hey, well,
properly,
he
in my
looks-
opinion.
But let's be honest, he looks like a guy who's full of shit a little bit, right? He does not look.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
getting
he's
to.
from Ohio.
I watched that interview and no, he said, if he has to pay, he gets the same information and news that everybody else does. It came to him, it came to Trump, and he spoke it.
Yeah.
Now whether the reporting was good or not, fucking blame the news. He's saying what the fucking news said. Now they try to take it out of context, and he tried to say, well, if I got to fucking he didn't say fucking, but if I got to say, if I got to report, the story, whether it's, true or not, then I'm going to report the story. And the interviewer right there, you just said you made that up. No, he said, I'm going to report the story that brings attention to the problem that's there.
But yeah, that's the whole thing about reporting is it wasn't always ever necessarily true. It was just what's being reported. Yeah, reportedly.
Yeah.
That was the word for the longest time, reportedly. Now
Well,
all of a sudden there's just like
everybody lying
need for it to be confirmed and all of that, which it will be confirmed eventually.
Yeah.
The biggest issue, Cole, I feel like is everybody lying about it. Everybody would, it would have been a non-fucking issue if, the city council didn't say, we don't know nothing about this. And then 2 days later, a video of the fucking meeting that they did know about this way before anything.
Yeah.
Or they said that they talked to the police force. First, it was only one police officer, it was Officer Duncan. Now there's a police force of 123, and the people are bitching that they are supposed to have 124. But now there's that police force, and they said that there was no police reports, but there's at least 2 that's already been uncovered police reports about it. No, just police reports. So there's no evidence, nothing was found here and there. There were just reports.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's on both sides of it. But the one thing I will say though, JD Vance needs to shut the fuck up.
I agree. I agree.
For sure.
I feel like that was a poor choice on Donald Trump's part to choose that fuckface.
I didn't like that either.
And then the whole point, because I learned this during the fucking, my research in the Springfield. As much shit as that cocksucker keeps talking, I mean, fuck who I'm voting for or whatever, just him as a person. As much shit as he's talking, they have tried to get a hold of JD Vance 5 times in the past, I think 3 months. And he blows them off every fucking time. Every fucking time. Now they have talked to all the diversity people and all these other people are bringing, but the one person, because it's a primarily Republican fucking town. So they're like, the people who are like, they're like, hey, we're supposed to be talking
most
to you.
fucking counties in fucking Ohio are, except for
this was passed. You know, the people being sent there was passed through executive order, not Congress. So the city doesn't get any federal funding. That's all
What?
on the state. Yeah, there's no federal funding for that because it didn't go through Congress. I didn't know shit worked like that.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't know that worked like that at all. So it's the president fucking said, yeah, they're gonna go there, but you're gonna have to deal with it. So, and when it comes down
Well,
to
fucking
that,
DeWine, the governor of Ohio, is straight up fucking denying it. By the
Yeah,
way, and I
but
can't fucking stand Mike DeWine. By the way,
yeah, DeWine's
dude
a
was talking
fucking
about, oh, we got to get our dispensaries open before people get fentanyl in their weed off the street. What? Like, shut the fuck up, Mike. Like, I've been beefing with this motherfucker for years.
He was a better choice than Kasich, but he should have went right after. That should have been a one-term motherfucker. Now our Attorney General David Yost, he says a totally different thing. He says totally fucking different. So now we got our governor and our Attorney General. Who the fuck we supposed to listen to?
Neither one.
Honestly, I would never listen to a fucking thing. Every time Mike DeWine opens this, because Mike DeWine was trying to convince people, he was literally paying people to take the COVID vaccine back in those days. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fuck with Mike DeWine at all.
Yeah.
Nope.
And he's supposed to be a Republican. That's the funny part. Nothing he ever does is Republican. He's like
weird.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, man.
See, this is okay, but this is the thing: is like right now in Canada, we're having a huge thing about between conservative, which would be Republican, and liberals, which would be pussy
Democrats.
When you go between the two of them, like a lot of people are like, "Oh, they'll do so much better." I'm like, "Hey, man, they both work for the same organization, and that organization is called government, and government doesn't give a shit about you anymore. That's the fact." Okay.
What people really don't understand too, I mean, no matter what their fears are, you know, the big 2025 fear for Trump and the big fucking, you know, gay revolution with Harris, for all this different shit to pass.
Yeah.
I mean, again, there can be some executive orders, but we see now how the executive orders go. You sign an executive order, yeah, that means you have to do that. But the easiest way to get that, nullified is you just defund it, and which is Congress's last, highest power. So unless Congress says we're going to ban all abortions, unless Congress says we're going to take all your guns, unless Congress says, and it has to be both houses, both sides, unless they all say it.
Okay,
it's
but
all
that's
horseshit.
But that's the thing is, there was a time in America that the Democrats had power in the House, power in the Senate, and power in the White House.
Right.
And nothing happened. Okay? If nothing happened when you have the power, you can't turn around and say, well, we'll fix things. No, you had your chance and you failed. You failed, not your job. You failed the American people. Because look, you can say we're going to do everything we said we're going to do. That's fine. But you didn't even do that, and you had the authority to do it. You chose to fail the people you're supposed to represent.
And each and every one of them, the same people who were there, fucking all use it. Oh, no, we did all this. We did all that. We did all... No, the fuck you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah. Hey, actions speak louder than words every single time. That's why it's so alarming where you're going, hey, man, this isn't... People who are like, you have to. I have to what? There's nothing happening. Like, look, bro, they're literally taxing you to the nth degree and then throwing it all over the world. All right, man. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to earn enough money so I don't have to pay taxes. There you go.
So, I'm going to touch on, or we're going to switch it up here. Something else that people ain't been talking about. So, apparently, there were not one, but 2 attempts on Trump.
I was wondering if we were going to get to this. It's being reported on TikTok. I don't know how much truth is to this, but the Attorney General just vetoed charging Ryan Ruth with either attempted murder, or attempted assassination, whatever the fucking term they're using.
Oh, they didn't charge him with that. He's being charged with a gun charge. That's it.
Yeah,
Hey,
they're not charging him.
My internet!
They're not charging him with attempted murder.
There you go. Our friends at the NSA in a clinch just come right in.
I guess because he never fired a shot. That's the only thing that fucking makes sense. But like, he literally said he published a book that said Trump needs to be murdered. Like,
yeah.
Look, yeah, he's gone. He's fucking gone.
Yeah, no, it's hey, look, this is the maddest part. Is that the Attorney General in Florida or the Attorney General for the country? Like, I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Like, I doubt it's Florida because Florida is trying to pursue their own charges. I think it's the feds.
The feds. So yeah, then who cares? Because look at hey, like, bro, you put that comment, the post up, and I was like, it just proves that right now the federal government, nobody's trusting the federal government. Like they are just heinous. And the fact that Ron DeSantis jumped in and was like, you know what? We're not releasing him. We're keeping him. I was like, oh, that's exciting.
I don't agree with all of Ron DeSantis' politics, but like he is kind of a G at times.
He's trying. He's got small feet, so he's trying. You know, it's good for him.
Yeah, doesn't he wear platform? Damn, I fucked him. Was it me who said it? I said it.
Yeah,
I said Tiananmen Square.
I mean, bro, you laid it up, and then as soon as he mentioned that guy, you're like, boom.
He opened it. He started. I was like, "Are we gonna? Oh, we're gonna talk about it. All right."
Yeah.
I started naming names. Why is it that it's only him though, and it's never all of us? The entire.
Because it's only because we're nothing. We're just guests on this show. Whereas every time, bro, like, hey, it was like.
Okay, but I have the biggest platform of the three of us.
Are you guys even hearing me?
No,
we heard that.
We heard that. That was the first thing we heard.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I don't know what's going on with the dude in the bushes, but apparently there was a dude with a car with a bunch of fucking boom booms in the car. Now they're saying that it didn't happen, but they do have a person in custody that they're questioning. Why? I don't know, because there was no boom booms apparently.
Bro, this is all.
Did I freeze again?
Yeah. You did.
Is my voice still going?
Like 50-50, we're getting it.
Son of a bitch.
We're getting like dial up Marco. Like that's the basic, yeah.
Motherfucker, man.
Yeah. This is the time where it's remember in like the 90s when dial up just came up, so you'd start to see a pretty girl's face, you'd be like, doo-doo, and then boom, Centaur bottom half. You're like, what the hell? You know, that's what's happening right now. It's fantastic.
Oh my goodness. So it was okay to talk about the Haitians. Maybe the Haitian shit that I was reporting, maybe I'm wrong. Because it's only when I say something that touches somebody's boo-boo that I ever get fucking taken out.
Hey, just so you know, you said let's talk about the Haitian. Hey, he said let's talk about the Haitians instead, and instantly his camera cleared up and the audio is fine.
Look at this shit! Look at this shit,
bro. That's alarming. Like that's wild. Okay.
Look, man, we're all
Donald Trump, Obama, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris,
bro,
Ryan Ruth,
bro.
John Wilkes Booth,
John Wilkes. You know what, Marco?
Trying to see what the triggers are.
This is karma for when Atlas said he had epilepsy, and we all pulled up our flashlights. This is karma.
Thomas Matthew Crooks.
I'm sorry, Atlas. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Podcast gods. I didn't mean to fucking give Atlas a seizure.
It seems as though he has to say it. It doesn't pick us up.
No.
No.
We're not under surveillance.
Dude, you have a fucking
so long. Like I think I feel like I got a permanent person that's like, oh yeah, he's on.
Yeah. For sure.
No, I think you have like one of those old school
they know
like
I'm harmless. They know I have no weapons. They know I have no nothing.
You don't have weapons?
They know I don't blow nothing up. They know I don't do anything bad. It's me and my dogs and my kids. So I mean,
No,
So-
what? No,
But
you know what
what
happened?
they can do is shut my fucking show off.
You're 66
this is all I
subscribers
got.
though. Like, what
know
are they
this show
stopping?
is all I got, so they just shut my fucking show off.
I feel like this is on the big screen at the NSA, and they're like, "Look at these cocksuckers."
Yes,
Fucking,
it's
you know what?
time. He's late today. He's late.
Yeah, yeah. Can you imagine? They're like, "We won." They're having a party, and they're like, "We finally won."
I feel like they watched
And then
the
they
first
see
half.
him go live.
I feel like
And
they
they're like,
watched the first half. They're like, look at these dickheads. They don't even know their cameras aren't live.
Oh yeah, listen, it's probably it's. I feel like it's like, do you remember Cabin in the Woods where they start celebrating? They're like, everyone's dead. That's fine. They're like, why is the red phone? Why is the red phone ringing? The red phone's not supposed to run. We run. Got the phone. They're like, son of a bitch, you went live half an hour late. That bastard. Yeah.
Change the
I see
time
that.
on.
I mean, that's how it works, people. You know? Zig and we zag.
Okay, so
Oh my
I
god,
guess
that's funny.
what else was out there that I wanted to talk? Am I allowed to talk to Diddy, almighty algorithm?
We need to
Diddy.
talk about that. Can we talk about how
What, the
Diddy
7 gallons
was-
of lube?
Yeah, Diddy was trafficking people for what 30 years, and nobody gave a fuck until the feds heard that Diddy had oil in his house, and then they were like, "We gotta get in there. We gotta give him some freedom."
We need that freedom in that house. We need that oil. No,
He invaded his ass like Iraq.
Hey,
I-
look, he is lucky that was 7 gallons of lube and
Yeah.
not 7 gallons of like Crisco or
I mean,
or canola and corn oil. That would have just blown up the stereotype. Something terrible.
also listen.
Whole
Let's
freezer full of chicken parts.
listen. Everyone knew that Diddy was bad news, but let's look at one interesting thing: is every man that's been in a relationship with Jennifer Lopez has been like, "Get me away from this bitch. She's crazy," except
Diddy.
for Diddy, who was like, "She was the one, and I fumbled. I wish I had her back." And you're like, "Bro, what did that lady do? What kind of a
man.
monster is she?"
Whatever fucking J Lo did, then fucking she turned Diddy out.
That's alarming. That he is like, she's the one. You're like, bro, if she's the one to him, whoo, there's some big problems.
I
okay?
remember him making the song. I need a girl to mine.
I mean, that's some disturbing business where you're like, hold on, the devil said he fumbled her. I have issues with this.
What's weird is Diddy was dead ass playing us for years, like he was like the Riddler, ironically the Diddler, but like because
Hitler.
he was putting in his songs that he was
Dude,
like
this is cool.
wrestling under the covers with his brother. Like I'm like we was like brothers, we wrestling under the covers. What like?
Yeah, it's, bro, when you listen to some of that stuff, you're kind of going, that's a weird way to say
Yeah,
that.
so you go back and look at some of the songs he was
Well,
telling
now
us.
if you go back on them, they totally mean something different. You're
Right, you're like,
oh,
oh, he
I
was
get
giving
it
us
now.
the beats the whole time.
like, yeah,
I mean-
yeah, that was a total
know-
different sound. That was somebody's booty hole.
There's a lot of people
And
going, well,
we
he's trying to
all
make
heard
a
the
rhyme.
Tupac songs. We all
Yeah.
heard that Tupac was calling him gay all the time. And no, everybody's just, that's just Tupac. He's just loud. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
I mean, listen,
honestly, because I was there too. But I mean, I always thought it was strange. You know, there was like Tupac and Biggie and Redman and Puffy.
yeah,
that
that's
being
a
always
weird,
sounded soft, right?
a little bit. My name is, like, let's be honest, my
Then
name's
it was-
Tupac.
then
My
it
name's
was-
Biggie Smalls. You're like, that's confusing because you're also 500 pounds. And he's like, and my name's Puff Daddy. And you're like,
Yeah. Puff Daddy is giving, now you look back, is giving, my name is Jeff.
my name is Jeff. Yeah, that's 100%.
My
Yeah,
name is Jeff.
my name is Jeff. Is the that's 100%. You're like, who's your
Twice
diddler?
that came
My
up
name is
today.
Jeff.
Dude, did you see that meme I posted, which is probably gonna get me banned now? Of Diddy, and he said that he was busted with 7 gallons of Cambodian breast milk. Remember that? Remember that shit? That was from the Chappelle show, like early Chappelle shows when they did
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
with Dylon because I spit hot fire, man.
It wasn't Cambodian milk he was busted with.
Who knows?
Like, It's messed up, bro.
It was
like
baby oil.
it was. I mean, like that house needed some
But
freedom.
if it was baby oil, there was no lie. I mean, and this might sound fucked up, but it's the truth. I mean, I got black family. I know. Baby oil has many uses in the black community. It's not just for lube.
Yeah, cocoa butter, all that shit.
Yeah, baby oil. Could have been hair, face. There was a swimming pool there. He always had.
What do you
a lot
need
of black
7
folks
gallons
around.
of it for, though? Like they what 1,000 bottles?
I mean,
You're
that's
not
a
buying
lot.
that shit
And
in
then wait a
bulk.
minute. You got that much money, and you using Johnson's and Johnson's baby oil for lube?
Now, hold on.
No, that sounds to me like it would burn the butthole.
Hold on. Let's be honest. Let's stop everything, okay?
Sometimes you just want to feel stuff after a while.
Listen, Hey, I have a bigger question. Why wasn't he buying in bulk? He's rich enough. He could have had
It
that
was
on tap.
bottles.
Near Costco.
You don't buy 1,000 bottles. You buy tanks
Maybe-
and you hook it up to like.
Maybe at the parties, you know how they like at some of the clubs they got the little bowl full of condoms.
You
Maybe
think
they
he stole a bunch of
condoms.
samples? He had sample baby oil, just giving them out to people. Like
Stealing them.
that's the blackest shit I've ever heard. He's like, I got these samples on the airplane. They're for you.
I bet you in a couple years you're gonna see on eBay Diddy Lubes.
Diddy
Diddy
brand
Lube?
lube.
Diddy-
I feel like Diddy brand lube.
Diddy Lube.
Hey,
Diddy,
we could
lube it up.
rebrand. We could just buy a bunch of fucking baby oil and then put a sticker on it, say Diddy brand lube, and just sell it on the internet, like Etsy, and just be like, it's just a branding service.
Call it
I don't
Diddy
know.
Lube.
I don't want the feds knocking on my door over some shit like that.
I'm in Canada. We have no rules anymore. That's fine. Let's do it up here.
That would be our luck. All three of us. We get sent to prison for that, and then Diddy finds it. The same prison Diddy's at.
That's probably how that works.
No,
I need a cold that's mine.
what gets me? What gets me is that he bought, and it wasn't just. This wasn't like the
How
only
do you
time
put
he
that
had
on
that
your
many
credit
bottles.
How
He's
did
been-
your accountant put that on the books? Donald Trump got bitched out because he fucking put some a payoff money or whatever that he thought was a legal thing through his lawyer because he gave it to his lawyer
Right.
in the wrong place and he got convicted. No matter what
Exactly.
the fuck else the people, so I want to know what
Well,
his accountant
you know-
how did the lube 1,000
They
bottles
didn't,
of
they didn't
lube,
throw up any
How
kind
did
of
that
red
go on the
flag
book?
of any kind, and it wasn't one fucking purchase. You know that he'd been doing that for years. He'd been doing that for a while.
He ain't got vintage lube. Shit comes
Yeah,
out like
no.
just fucking
He's
Hey,
been
hey,
doing that
hey.
probably for at least a decade, maybe
That's-
longer, maybe
hey,
20,
hey.
30 years.
You know what it tells me
This
is
is
that hey, that was a
Johnson &
regular.
1989.
Hold on. Hey, his lube shipments were regular in that amount. He just stopped having parties, so it's accumulated. That's what it means. Because he wasn't pulling a FIFO first in, first out. We got to make sure we don't have any old
why you
lube,
need that many bottles of it? Like,
right?
yeah,
It's
he's
odd.
just like, this is leftover from last time. Yeah,
don't know.
but still, you buy that many of anything over time, that doesn't throw off, because you know how to cut El Chapo, right?
A gay person and ask
Do you
him
know?
if fucking baby oil hurts as lube. I'm curious. I'm like, I don't stick anything in my butt, so I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't believe that. But
I
okay.
would think you're Diddy. You would have, and you're that much of a freak. You would have. your
Why
own brand
why
of
don't you
lube.
try it and then report back to us?
No,
I
If
don't-
you're so
you know what?
concerned.
I feel like
wanna
he
know
would
if
have-
has his own brand of lube, and why not?
Listen, well, hold on. Let's be honest. He probably had his own chemist for drugs. Why wouldn't he ask him to make a special lube, like a super lube for parties?
Or lube that you just got high when you put it on your butthole.
I mean, that would make sense. Like, you know that he was getting like
Cole
bulk
was like,
GHB and stuff, right? Like there's like people were like the allegations are that people were getting drugged and people did not know what the fuck was going. Like, you don't get
buy
that
many of
right.
anything. How does that not like? That doesn't come up on a like a credit card issue, and then the credit cards be like, this looks weird. Let's lock his card. And it keeps happening. We're gonna go turn this into the fucking feds because that's what they always do. 'Cause, like, they caught El Chapo because he bought $50,000 in rubber bands over like the 3-year period.
Right. I mean,
But they don't care about traffickers. They care about traffickers.
can you
Right.
They're
imagine?
not the same trafficker.
But that
Can you
was in
imagine that
Mexico.
lady,
You know what I
the
mean?
fraud prevention lady calling, Diddy, Mr. Combs, we put a hold on this purchase. We just want to know, did you just purchase 1,000 bottles of Johnson's and Johnson's baby oil?
Hey, that would have been
No.
but that would have been the first time that it happened, which means the subsequent times
No.
he would have been like, it's been me every time.
Fraud prevention goes random. Sometimes they get you for some fuck
Hey,
shit. Sometimes they're like, yeah, I'm glad you called.
And FYI, fraud prevention is completely not random. Just so everyone is clear, there is no randomness to any.
Okay,
fraud
you worked
prevention.
in a bank. I want to hear it. Give me the deets.
So it's either something specific that you purchased or somewhere specific that you purchased where there is a link to fraud. So it's never random.
You went to the local Arab store and bought 1,000 bottles of fucking baby oil.
Yeah, you're gonna get a phone call.
Somebody should be calling.
Hey,
The thing, my card's been flagged for fucking going to the same fucking place that I've always gone. Like they lock it after I hit the grocery store.
With your debit card.
That means that place is notorious for somebody putting a fake scanner or selling card numbers.
Well, that's fucking good to know.
Yeah, so one of the areas so if it's a multiple
There's probably somebody who works there.
So 100%, it's always somebody that works there. That's okay. It's the question of, is it the owner or is somebody keep getting fired and a new person getting hired? They make a new deal and it keeps on happening, right? Because look, what'll happen is if there are multiple pumps, some pumps won't have as many cameras as the others. So people will attempt to put their stuff there, or somebody inside is capable enough to put on a scanner and take it off. So middle of the night, put the scanner on, because people in the middle of the night don't give a shit. There's whatever. Whereas during the day, you got to take it off because there's too much traffic. Police can come in and all stuff like that. So that's just a little bit of information for you guys.
That's good to know.
Yeah, there's
Why
nothing
don't
wrong.
they tell you that information? Why don't they be like, hey, probably just a heads up. Don't go to that grocery store.
They don't want you to not use their shit.
Hey, okay, hold on. Do you think that the money system that is in play both in your country and mine is okay with saying, beware of that retailer? You never know, they might be doing something. You think that they would give a shit about that? No, man. You know how much fraud prevention, like, think about it this way. Towing cars is a $1 billion industry in your country. Fraud prevention is a $1 trillion industry, okay? Because
there's incentive for there to be fraud.
There's incentive. Hey, it's about
like people getting paid to fix the homeless problem in California, which if they fix it, they won't have a job. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right? California has spent $16 billion on homelessness, and homelessness is worse than it has ever been in the state of California.
This makes me want to say things.
Speaking of homeless, now
say it while you're on Marco's channel.
we know about how
no, not at all.
Yeah.
And how they love letting all the illegals overrun shitting people. There's actually signs out there that says, remember, theft up to $950, because they can steal whatever up to $950.
Yeah.
And not be even
within a 365-day period, though.
Hey, and also it's got to be from the same store, so that's why you got to spread it out. But you want to separate which franchises can open multiple stores, so you got to be careful. That's why Walmart, it gets counted under all Walmart because they're not independent. But if you go to stores that are held as a franchise, they have to be charged independently. That's just the law.
So now they actually give homeless cell phones out there. They actually give homeless people money out there. Not just illegal, nowhere near as much as illegal. But now a law just passed, and I think it was passed in one of it was fucked up because it was passed in one of the liberal states.
Yeah.
But it applies apparently everywhere now. The vagrancy laws. You can't camp out in front of everywhere or wherever the fuck now. And now they're changing, even though they're telling all these people to come in, and you're creating more of a homeless problem.
Yeah.
They're putting out benches that have curves to them so you can't sleep on them.
Yeah.
They're putting out all kinds of like flat face buildings and shit. Like, so there's no.
That's 100% a Cole Clayton move. That's like, yeah, y'all can come live here. I know y'all falling on hard times. Mom. But when are you moving out again?
So, okay. Hey, so just something before we end, something to remember is that, so think about how long it takes for laws to be enforced. It can usually take up to like 6 months. Interestingly enough, if you bring a bunch of people, give them money to vote for you, and then after that 6 months, because the law got in place right now, that means that after you've gotten their vote, you can throw them all in jail for vagrancy, and you don't actually have to worry about them anymore.
Okay, but what about the next election cycle?
Yeah, they're just.
Hey, there's another country to bring them from, bro. There's always a third world country you can take people from. Hey, we need some votes.
Have you noticed nobody's bitching about the Mexicans? The Mexicans ain't trying to come over here.
Yeah, because they're like, I don't want to deal with those people.
They're busting people through Mexico. Because I don't know if I can say this, but it's at the end. But they're busing people through Mexico. And the fucked up thing was, the day before the busing started through Mexico, Miss Harris finally took her ass down to go talk to the Mexican president. So they're arranging the fucking because the Mexicans, they said way in the beginning when this issue started, they don't want the fucking illegals in their towns. Their fucking towns look like, I mean, they're Mexican-y pastel colors and shit, but they're like fucking high-end towns now.
If you want to see
more donkey shows, there's fucking churches and fucking Kino places and shit like that.
Hey, if you want to see top tier racism, ask a Mexican about any other Latino country, and they will tell you. So what they're doing is they come through the border in the south, they bus them to the north and on to fucking America. You ain't staying here, bro. That's all they say. And you're going, hey, I think that's hilarious. Okay, because
and then the fact that the cartels are pretty much running the shit now, and it's running smooth. You know, when people fuck up over there from the U.S. or do something to the U.S., they take them out. There's no jail. There's no trial. Boom, they're gone, and they take out a brother or a cousin or something. Be like, here's severance. You know,
they're back to the racism in Mexico thing. I'm from Texas, so I've run into that a lot. And my favorite thing is one of my Mexican friends. What? What'd you say? Anyway, so one of my Mexican friends, I was calling him a Mexican, and then there was another guy there, and I called them both Mexicans, right? And he was like, they're like, I'm not Mexican, I'm Puerto Rican. No offense, Marco, this isn't about you, but like my Mexican friend, he was like, yeah, he's not Mexican, he's Puerto Rican. And I was like, what the fuck is the difference, really, truly? He was like, Puerto Ricans are just a bunch of gay Mexicans, if I'm honest. I was like, Ned, bro.
You don't need a green card.
I mean, that's fair, which is probably what makes you gay, but
it's super gay. But that's the best part is like, bro, it's great when people are like, yeah, but racism. You're like, bro, have you left America? It's racist as fuck. Okay, everywhere else you go in the world, bro, go to India and be like, hey, do you guys like those people over there? They'll be like, fuck no, those sons of bitches. Okay, like. They
like walk down the street, throw a rock right at their fucking floor.
Yeah, like there's not like that's the thing is the only person that's being accused of racism is white people. White people are like, I don't know what's the problem, man.
We stopped that in the 70s. Like that was like 50 years ago. Like, move on.
Speaking of the whole Indian thing, you know, they got towns that are overran, literally by monkeys and tigers. Like there's separate towns, but one has told all monkeys.
That doesn't sound much different than what's going on in the White House, but okay.
Oh, I mean, that's fair. That's pretty accurate.
Just do it out, no, but they're like, fuck it, I ain't hiding shit. They'll fuck somebody's face right there and let it be.
I saw a video of
that just sounds like the Clinton days.
Yeah, I know. That's a baller Clinton move. It's the first black president, guy. That's fine. No.
He was light skin. It doesn't count.
There was I watched a video of a guy who's sitting on the road, Indian guy, and a baboon or like it was a monkey comes and standing on him, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" The monkey is doing nothing, then grabs his head and rips off half his scalp, and you're like, "Bro, you're like that's terrifying." Okay,
over here it was like I don't know, maybe 8-10 years ago, maybe I couldn't have been that long ago. There was a lady out here.
The lady, that got fucked up because of the cake.
She had
she's got no fingers and shit.
The toy. Yeah, she took his toy away. And
No,
the monkey was like,
it
"Oh
wasn't
yeah."
about a toy. It
That's
wasn't
another
about
one.
a toy. What happened was the lady raised this chimp, and this
Yeah.
chimp, like, she raised it like it was a kid. It would
Yep.
get loose. It would go into town. You know, it would just go into like stores and just walk around like it was a person and shit. And they would call the lady. So it had that kind of sentience.
Oh yeah.
Also, you didn't find out till later she had some kind of weird relationship going on with the monkey because she actually used to
Hey.
sleep, like it slept in bed with her and shit. They took
Everyone knew. Everyone knew. Let's be honest. Let's-
pretty much yeah. But anyways, nobody fucked with the lady.
Yeah.
Well, her friend comes over for her birthday and brings out a birthday cake. And
I heard this story.
and
yeah.
the monkey comes down the fucking driveway, and she's like, "Oh, I don't remember what the monkey was." And apparently this thing didn't like the birthday cake or didn't like
Whatever.
something about her, but this monkey proceeded to just brutally and like there's I don't know if it's Slipknot or one of the bands actually has that 911 tape of hearing that woman screaming and shit as the beginning of one of their songs. But it is you could hear the monkey and the lady screaming in the background, and then the lady screaming in the 911. He's ripping her face off. He's ripping her face off. Like it was just fucking brutal, dude.
Bro, that's the thing is there was a thing about you remember how Michael Jackson had a chimp, right?
Yeah,
And he goes, but the thing is, as soon as they hit puberty, you can't, like, they'll kill you. And he had him in a cage. He goes, "Oh, is that Bubbles?" to a guest, and he was like, "Hey, you can't go close. Bubbles crazy now. He'll kill you." Like you're like, that's the thing is you're like,
close. Bubbles is crazy now.
Yeah, okay, well, that's fine. But still, like, why are you two like this?
Bubbles, are you okay?
Bubbles, are you okay? Are you okay?
This is why we're getting banned right here. Pure evil.
Bubbles,
And-
that'd be fucked up if Bubbles was still alive and Mike's dead.
I mean, they had a weird relationship too. Who knows?
Mikey, are you okay?
How long
Are
do
you
monkeys
okay, Mikey?
live? Like chimps and whatnot. I don't know how long they live.
For a while.
They have like people lifespan, dude.
No, gorillas die at like 30, right?
No, yeah, because they're poached.
Even in the zoos and shit, though.
No,
I like if they're
poached,
fat in the zoo,
like,
though.
like in the jungles, they get killed for their hands.
38 to 40 years in the wild, but up to 70 years in captivity.
Yeah,
Well, it's the same as us, then. Yeah, okay.
Well, so in other words,
We don't live that long in the wild either.
they live until they're killed or they're protected by a zoo.
You
It
ever
was
watch
crazy. They're probably
Gorillas
fat in the zoo.
Gorillas in the Mist?
All of them.
You ever watch Gorillas in the Mist? The Diane Fossey story?
No.
Oh.
It was a true story. It was
Why are you
Sigourney
always
Weaver.
fucking watching some weird shit? Like, what is wrong?
Well,
with
Always, he always watches weird shit. Always. Yeah.
And,
you? You ever seen
Sigourney
this one
Weaver-
specific thing that nobody else has seen, but I have?
Sigourney Weaver fucking played Diane Fossey. She was a famous, like she was from.
Okay,
National
Sigourney
Geographic.
Weaver. All right.
And she went and she lived with these silverback gorillas up in the fucking jungles for I forget how many years. And then, she reported on. She took pictures that nobody's
This is
ever
the opposite of Tarzan.
Yeah, pretty much. And then at the end of it all, fucking poachers killed her because they stopped the poaching industry out there.
Yeah. That's how it is.
Cut her
It's
fucking
not-
hands off like they do the gorillas.
Bro. I'm telling you, that's
Women always want
big
equality, but as soon as they go out in the wild, they forget what it's like out there.
Listen, but that's the problem is, people want to
All of
be
them
safe,
want
and you're going, yeah, the
equality.
world isn't safe.
Can't cut off.
No, but the world's not safe.
It's not safe out here.
Hey, it's not. See, that's the thing is, people are like, well, we live in civilized society. Not everyone's civilized, and nobody cares about the law.
That brings us back to
and
like
they're
10
taking
years
people
ago.
from not civilized and dropping them in the middle of civilized and things saying, oh no, they're civilized while they're kitties on a fucking bun.
Do y'all remember, like probably a decade ago, in colleges, they were like talking about all these safe zones for people to go and like sit down, I guess, and cry or whatever. And I'm just sitting there. I was like, the whole fucking country is the safest zone in the world. Like all of America, it's not anymore, but like
It was.
10 years ago, it's the safest place in the world. What do you mean you need a safe zone? The fuck out of here!
Like, that's when you're like, oh, that's not a safety
Now
issue. That's
we
a
need
mental
safe
health issue.
zones.
Right.
We need safe zones like a motherfucker now.
You need a safe jacket. You know, like I feel safe.
Yeah, you need to be marked safe
line
from
this
yourself.
Wrap up in your fucking blanket.
I mean, that's
In a
fair.
room a padded room. That's safe.
Hey, I will say though, I mean, of all, at least the Hispanic illegals aren't fucking eating animals. They're taking over apartment complexes and starting up fucking small businesses with drugs and shit like that. You know,
I mean, they're helping the economy, if
I'm
anything.
just saying, you know, they're at least fucking, whether it be, you know, the money don't know where it came from, whether there's blood on it or dope on it. I mean, it's the money is coming in there. What's the fucking, you know, what's going on in Springfield?
I mean,
It's
Hey,
they
listen.
don't realize that they're gonna start radicalizing these rednecks. You know what I mean? Because those are all happening in red states.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? And the rednecks, they have
And that's exactly
they
how
have
they start
patience,
this
but not a
shit,
lot
dude.
of it.
hey,
know,
but that's what's gonna happen, right? Like, look, it's on. See, this is the key, though. Is that's on purpose, right? Is they're sending to somewhere where people will fight, and then they're gonna be labeled as disruptors of the peace. Hey, and then they're gonna come after your jobs. Then you're gonna say, well, you can't have land. You were a disruptor of the peace. In fact, arrest everything, confiscate everything, and give it to the new people. That's what's happening, man. That's
I don't think
that's-
it's gonna. It may work like that in Canada. It's not gonna work like that here.
hey,
It's been happening though, Cole.
that's
I
the
mean,
scary part.
It's been happening.
Hey,
That's
remember, you guys are the last ones to have guns. All of us have got. Hey, we all
Yeah,
fell
I
for
kind
it.
of picked up
We
on
all
that. Like
fell
real
for it.
recent, I was like, "Oh shit! What happened?"
Hey, there are countries in Africa where people just walk around with AKs, and then there's the United States. That's it. Everywhere else has been fight.
And we're about to be a third world country here in the next like 20 years if this shit keeps going. You know.
Well,
I
the
hope
bad thing
not.
is, like I tell everybody, like I feel like, you know, my generation, the 90s, whatever the fuck they're calling us, you know, my generation saw pretty much the ass end of what little bit of racism was left.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what anybody fucking says. I grew up in a very mixed, diverse neighborhood, and I grew up in the poor part of that mixed, not diverse neighborhood. And you know, all the fucking white kids, it didn't matter. Fuck that. All the kids wanted to be Michael Jordan or Tupac or Biggie, or nobody wanted to be Vanilla Ice. nobody wanted to be what the fuck, Rico Suave, whatever the fuck is Ricky Martin. Nobody wanted to be him.
Yeah, but we all knew Ricky Martin. Everybody knew Ricky Martin
Ricky was
was
gay.
gay. Everybody knew that.
Taking that all out. I'm just going, you know, the racism thing. And then slowly but surely we had a brief bit of, you know, somebody would say, you know, there's some racism, but no, we were all cool for a while, and then all of a sudden the Floyd racism comes in. Now that's a whole different other racism because, you know, we had young kids, young white kids seeing all these black folks acting a fool and nobody telling them why. And then, you know, people them being justified on some fuck shit. And then you see all these young black kids, the ones that had nothing to do with any of this, see all these white folks just attacking these black folks. You just created that fucking premise there. Now you take that generation and you lay on top the shit's going on now, where you take a bunch of folks who are very welcoming, people who, you know, any other time would bring you into their home and give you a place to sleep on their couch. But now you're taking from their resources, you're taking from their livelihoods, you're making inconvenience on them. You are creating people, you're creating the hate. And you know, now as an illegal, you're looking at these people thinking you ain't did wrong because the people who brought you here are steering you a certain way. Plus, you don't realize that your culture is fucked up.
So and they're calling us xenophobic, you know, like that's the big thing.
But
oh, you're xenophobic.
Yeah,
you know,
but that's the thing is xenophobia has been around forever.
Racism all over again, dude.
Forget about
it's a dumb name for it though. Like, first off, I'm not afraid of them. Secondly, like I like being labeled as a xenophobe, at least in my case. I don't have a problem with immigration. I'm actually very pro immigration. I think everybody should fucking move somewhere where it betters their life. But like you can't just like go on shit. You can't do fuck shit in Mexico and then think, oh, I'll just go to America. That's not how that works. You know what I mean? You can't like murder like 30 people and then go somewhere else.
It don't really work for us. We can't do some fuck shit in Texas and try to, we're going to make it across the border. No, it don't work like that.
Don't work like that anymore. You know what I mean? Like we stopped that during the Wild West. The Wild West ended, and that was it. That was the end of that. You know,
around here, but you know, back in the day, back in the 70s, like over here, if you did some stupid shit on the east side of Youngstown, which is connected to Camel, if you hit the Camel border, then the Youngstown cops can't follow you in the Camel.
Right.
But that shit don't work no more. Now they do it here and there because Camel or I think Camel, Lowville, and Struthers all cooperate with each other.
Well,
But
yeah,
they don't
computers and all that
cooperate with
shit.
the other outside. So they'll within that district, they'll go in between unless there's some real bad fuck shit going on. Then they'll let other cops come through, or they'll go outside. But they all have the right to now. Whether they do it or not, that's on them and their precinct. But they all have the right to cross lines.
But that's another thing that's a big thing. And this is probably where you and I are going to divide here, Marco. But I think cops have too much power. As I'm an anti-Fed. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cops are just getting crazy, and they just keep getting more and more powerful and more and more abilities and things to take you down with. You know what I mean?
Hold on,
dude. When they started this whole bullshit with the defund the police or whatever, and they started degrading all the cops and shit, we lost pretty much whatever good cops we had. They just said, fuck it, we're not going to deal with it. So then I talked about this plenty of times. Now we're left with a force of fucking undertrained, overgunned, over fucking testosterone. Even the chicks
with a chip on their shoulder.
They don't know the law. Nope. They don't know the Constitution. And even if they did, they don't give two fucks. And then they'll swap them around. They'll take the people who are that maybe have 2-3 years experience in the hoodiest of hoods, where they have to have their gun in their hand, where they have to watch their back all the time.
Put them in a fucking nice neighborhood. Yeah, I know. I've noticed that too.
Suburb, and then they see some young black kid coming out of a fucking Quickie Mart. Bah!
Hey, well, okay, but this is the thing, right? Is people need to understand that when you're dealing with a police officer, you are basically dealing with the cashier of intelligence. Okay, these guys are, this is the lowest level of police officer. You're not talking about somebody who knows the policy of it. No. That's why be aware, be polite like you would with any service worker, just to get out of the situation and let the court handle it later. Thank you, sir. Absolutely, sir.
Yeah, but
they're crazy.
In the ass because now you have to.
I agree.
Because a dumbass cop who could possibly wrongly thought you were doing something. Now I gotta fucking pay a lawyer. I gotta pay court fees. I gotta take a day off of work. It's a whole fucking cops need to stop being allowed to go through your car. Okay, regular cops. Okay, if you 100%. Can be doing something red-handed, fine, but you're not an investigator. You're a fucking street level cop. The reason why you shouldn't be going to investigate my shit is because you didn't pass the investigator test. Okay? Which means this is above your pay grades. Get out of my fucking cars. I don't care if you smell weed. Get the fuck out of here.
That's probable cause though. And that's the loophole that they use.
It's dumb. It's a dumb fucking you are not an investigator. And do you know how many times I've been searched because they smelled weed when they didn't? When I did not have no fucking weed? Okay, this bullshit.
I've been put in prison or jail overnight for shit.
And
that's what I'm saying. It's bullshit. Because I look like I smoke weed, which they were right. I look like 100%. I smoke weed because I do, but that doesn't. That's fuck you.
This is the whole thing. This is the whole thing. Is that's the situation where police officers are allowed to speed, run lights, do whatever they want as long as they're on duty, and even then, if they're not on duty, still. Whereas a firefighter cannot, ambulance cannot, but a police officer can actively break the law if he's on duty. That's problem number one. Their immunity because they're on duty is an issue. You're going, no, if anything, listen, it's the same thing. If a judge breaks the law, he should get double the punishment. You know why?
Yeah.
He should know better, right?
Right.
If a police officer is in a chase, sure, he's
the whole judicial system. If you work for the judicial system, you should be double punished.
That's 100%.
I just seen a video in New Mexico. I guess qualified immunity for the police is gone there.
Good.
Well, Trump's trying to take that back. The problem, I'm not a big fan of it.
They still do fuck shit down there.
Sure, but then
it doesn't matter if they have immunity or not, because the judicial branch backs up the judicial branch. The judges are going to back the cops. Cops are going to back the judges. The lawyers, all of the motherfuckers are in bed with each other.
At the end of the day, and especially where I come from, and being with my melanated friends and family, you know, the quickest and easiest way with less headaches and less problems. Yes, officer. I'm sorry, officer. I didn't know that, officer. Have a nice night. I've
That's it.
gotten out of more shit that way.
Sure, 100%.
I mean, because
But
Hey,
they forget. The problem is they forget they work for us. It says "we the people" right at the beginning of our first document. You know.
Yeah.
You got to understand though sometimes that these people, a lot of these cops, especially like the local cops,
Yeah.
like you know, I live in a smaller area. The local cops around here, I mean, a lot of them are just going to work to do their job.
Sure.
And if you
I
give
get
them a
that.
fucking hard time, then they're gonna give you a hard time. And here, I'll give you a perfect example because this happened within maybe 2 months of each other. I got pulled over. I was in Struthers, or not Struthers, in Girard. I had a bowl on me, and I had a couple joints on me. And you know, I got a ticket for possession and paraphernalia and a speeding ticket.
Okay.
You know, they let me on my way because I was a yes officer, no officer, whatever. When I went to court for my ticket, the judge asked me, "What do you plead?" You know, they had to split them up. There was 3 different things. And I was like, "Well, sir, I was late for one of my shows. I'm not gonna lie. I was speeding. I was speeding. I'm not gonna lie to you."
That's fair.
And he automatically looked like he ain't never heard somebody tell him the truth. And then he looked at me and he was like, "Well, what about the marijuana?" And I was like, "Again, sir, whether that's mine or not, it's my responsibility. It's in my vehicle. You know, it's mine." And so, and I'm gonna just tell you right now, it's the same thing with the bowl. I got out of that whole thing with, I think, less than $100, including court costs. That's including the speeding ticket, the possession, the everything. Now, 2 months later, my aunt, who is maybe 15 years older than me, maybe 20 years older than me, we'll just say very opinionated,
No.
hood woman, same stretch of road.
Yeah.
Gets pulled over. She has supposedly only marijuana on her, so we'll just say that, but pretty much had the same deal, you know, same tickets, everything. But she chose to call the cop all kind of motherfuckers and racist bitches and all this other shit, and said that she was getting pulled over because she was pulled over, all this other shit.
Of course.
When she went to court, the judge asked, you know, about the whole situation, because they did let her go that night. When she went to court, the judge asked her about everything, and all of a sudden, fuck you, you're a racist. So my aunt not only spent 3 months in jail,
Jesus.
she lost her truck. she had to sell her truck to pay the fine.
Hey,
And
that's
she had a
I mean, like,
paper
there's an
monitor
etiquette
on
thing in
fucking
general,
years.
though, Marco. Like, there's a way
It
that
was
you
the
talk to
same
people.
thing.
Anyway,
And I told her, and I'm like, you know, why? Whoa, where'd he go?
true.
I told her, I was like, you know why that fucking happened? Because I fucking said, yes, officer, no, officer, I'm sorry, Your Honor. You said, fuck you, you racist piece of shit,
Yeah.
and you lost everything. Why'd you just shut the fuck up
right.
and go about your fucking day?
Listen, but that's
But that's
also
but you know what that is? Go
that's
ahead,
being
go
a
ahead.
man. That's being a man, though, right? Like where you stand there going, listen, this is a guy who gets to decide what's going to happen to me. I'm going to be nice as fuck. You know why? Because this guy is, hey, he has the choice to ruin my day or make it a great day. And you know what? If I make sure that I'm not a pain in his ass, maybe he won't ruin my life.
But okay, you're
Dude, that
right.
was 3
Y'all are
months
right.
in.
You're 100% right. And I've
On
never
your
given a
first
cop an attitude until they gave me attitude. After that, I'm like, well, you're being a dick anyway. Fuck it. But like, to me, that shows there's too much power given to the officer, too much power
100%.
given to the judge. The fact
100%.
that that's almost like self-censoring because of the fear of the government. There's so many things wrong with all of that, and the fact that one case could be different from another case just because one was like less than pleasant. You know what I mean? Like that's not okay. It should be like there shouldn't be gray area. It should be fucking
100%.
this is what happens, this is what and then you also have to figure why the fuck aren't we all voting on the speeding limit in our town? Why isn't that a thing? Why is it that the city just says, well, the speed limit is what we want it to be? I'm an American. I understand in Canada it's a different thing, and the rest of the world. But this is America. You know what I mean? We the people. Why am I not? And then marijuana. Why is marijuana illegal? For the longest time, we all fucking wanted. I remember my whole fucking life, people talking about Lots of people. The news was, or the general consensus was, marijuana shouldn't be legal. My entire life, and I'm 30 years old. Okay, so like, you really shouldn't have been in that situation in the first place. You really think about it, Marco. We're being dominated by our government, and that's a Fed issue. That's not, or not even just a Fed, but small government too. The police. Yes, I get that. There's a way to talk to people, and that's just not cops, anybody, you know. But
as I was getting older, at the end of the day, you want a happy life, and you want to do whatever the fuck you want to do. Then you do two things: you fly under the radar, and whether it's right or not, whether it's morally right or wrong, whether you always, and I tell my kids this, I don't give a fuck what I believe in. You always go for the winning team. Whether they're wrong or whatever. At the end of the day, you could criticize, you always go for the winning team.
It's not in me.
That's a good point too, because I feel you on your end, but society has gotten to the point where we've got so many fuckwits out here that even when we do get some seasoned fucking officers that are like, hey, dumbass, that's an acorn, not a fucking criminal, you know.
Shots fired.
You still got an idiot that'll shoot him.
But that's and look, and like Ralph, I agree. Look, they are saying officers need more training. 100%. Society. Look, have you ever been on a motorcycle and drive?
Society needs more training. Go suck my dick, motherfucker.
Yeah, but think about it. Think about it. Have you never watched someone driving by an 18-wheeler or a motorcycle and you're going, "Oh, this person doesn't know what the fuck they're doing," right? So, like, look, people like, look, I would not ride a motorcycle in North America. That's stupid, in my opinion. But you know what? In Europe,
I wouldn't take a motorcycle on the freeway. That's dumb too. Why would they do that?
But that's the thing is, that's because
I value my life. I have an 8-year-old son who has a very soft mother.
Kids.
Okay,
you're crying to the fucking preacher. You're crying to the preacher.
But that's why. So it's like, yeah, does society need more training? Yeah, but society look, there's more training needed across the board
to deal with us, not the other way around. At least in America, I know the rest of the world's not built that way. But the way the paperwork says, it says we the people, and I will stand on that till I die.
Deal with you. That's not how it works.
Listen,
that's how it is. That's how it's written. That's how it's written. And I'm a constitutionalist to the day I die.
Okay, but I don't want you going to court and saying I'm a sovereign citizen, because then we're all fucked. Okay, because that shit doesn't fly with nobody.
I let the motherfuckers send out a warrant to arrest and then hire a lawyer.
Jesus Christ. We're gonna, between the two of you, I swear to God, I got fucking.
I don't go to court unless I absolutely have to.
One more subject since I got both of you guys on here.
All right.
Who's gonna win the wiener off?
Dude,
I got that dog in me.
Everybody thinks, he's got that wiener in him.
That's right.
But Dino thinks he's gonna win. He don't know. Okay, he don't know.
Listen.
I might actually be bigger than him now.
Wait a minute. Before you guys get the shit talking, we're gonna do this like this. All right. So Dino and Cole are having what is it? The Wiener Apocalypse.
Wiener Apocalypse.
Wiener Apocalypse. When is this gonna be aired?
On the 26th.
Next Thursday. Not tomorrow, but next Thursday.
Dino's or yours?
Both.
Both.
All right.
It's crazy and surround sound.
Make sure you catch it. Make sure you get that Sniffing Glue 22 and that Dino the Genetic Marvel right there. Now, what they're talking about is they're having a wiener eating contest. We know Cole, you would rather it be Cox, but it's not.
I am Greek.
We are going to let both of the competitors right here have their couple of minutes to talk their shit, and you can vote for who's going to be the fucking Wiener Apocalypse fucking champion. So age before beauty. So Dino, you're up.
Listen, all I know is last time I visited with Cole, after about 3 days, he was like, "Just stop eating, man. I can't eat anymore." Okay, it took me 3 days, and this motherfucker cracked. He was like, "How are you eating still?" And I was like, "Hey, do you want to get us some ice cream?" And he was like, "No, I don't want no ice cream. I want to die. You filled me up." And he's acting as if he's like, you don't know. Listen, friend, I lived the life. Okay, I still got that shit in me. Half of this is now, one side is liver and the other side is just stomach. It's all just stomach. Okay, and I'm telling you, it will fit a lot of wieners. Okay, that's just
So
You don't
you're
have-
saying that you're gonna fit the wieners in one of the folds?
you bet your ass. Listen, I tell you, there's sneaky pockets
Got
all through my
pouches
system.
all
Listen,
over.
This system is not meant for normal people. This is a mass consumption system. Okay, that's why I don't have 2 buttholes. I have 3. That is about mass transport. Okay, it's just how that works. It's just science. Okay, people. If you can put your, hey, I encourage people. We are going to be selling shots, so you can come on to Sniffing Glue 22. If you're watching through Cole's channel, you can actually send us money and buy shots for me or Cole. That way, we're not going to get food intoxicated. We're also going to get intoxicated if you pay. So
Food poisoning and fucking alcohol poisoning.
America.
All right, so what you got here?
I mean, first off, I don't need to defend myself. Like, I ain't scared. Secondly, I'm going to defend myself. That the competition's only going to be like 2 hours, bro. Like, you don't get 3 days to tap me out, okay? All right? And not only that, but you're a lot thinner since then. And thirdly, I become a fucking bottomless pit when I'm drinking. Okay, you don't really see me drink much in person, Dino. That's the thing. Okay, because I'm always driving your dumbass around because you don't have an international license when you come to town. You make me drive everywhere. So no, I'm not drinking. So yeah, I tap out after a while because there's no, like, I don't know what it is, but like the alcohol opens up the emptiness inside me and like sends it to like a different universe or a dimension.
Ooh,
fucked.
depression
You're fucked.
eater. Oh, depression eater. Dude,
Yeah,
you got really
100%.
depression. You might have a problem.
Oh, come on. Hey man, I was fat for 41 years and I'm still fat. I got more than enough depression
Yeah,
to
but you don't have
accommodate.
the depression in you no more. That I know what Cole's saying. I could put away a good fucking couple of dozen of dogs. I ain't gonna bullshit you.
Oh, I can eat a pack of hot dogs like without even noticing. Like,
especially if it's
here.
Like, where did the hot dogs go?
Hey, my final defense is this.
There's no bread too. That's the other thing.
Well,
they're just straight fucking wiener to the mouth.
Yeah, we're doing gluten free. There's a lot more room too.
Oh, that's straight wiener, straight to the back of the throat.
So it's gonna hit the dangly part.
It's gonna be mayo and wieners, bro.
Mayo wieners,
beards and wieners. That's it.
It's shots.
It's shots. I mean, given the right
liquor and wieners. That's what you should call liquor wieners.
People pay for the liquor. We'll provide the wieners. I mean, that's the science. That's just how it works.
You buy the liquor. We'll bring the wieners.
We'll provide the wieners. Yeah, that's definitely how that works. That's fine. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
And just as an added bonus for the people who do decide to watch, one of them wieners are actually gonna have one of their wieners in a bun, just standing right there. You ain't gonna know which one it is.
I forget.
You're just gonna see one of the wieners in a bun, and you're just gonna have to figure out which one is actually a penis.
Cole won't remember this, but Marco, you should. There was a movie with Nick the Dick who put his dick in the wiener, right? Okay.
Party.
There we go. There you go.
That's funny.
Listen, Nick the Dick's coming to play, everybody.
Mark, are you gonna come on and talk some shit with us? For it?
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I done heard the rules. I'm gonna bring my own wiener, but it's gonna be a dachshund.
That's fine.
That's
a reasonable.
Well, see, I don't know if I could bring my dachshund down to a wiener tacolypse with all this Haitian shit going on.
I mean, listen.
They might think I'm eating the dachshund.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see that knocking on my door.
That's when you bust up your dog and be like, it's got Haitian seasoning on it. Y'all want to try it?
you gotta bring like just get him a hot dog bun outfit. You know, the ones where it's just the buns on the side. Yeah, I'm sure he's got one already.
That's that jerk wiener.
Yeah. Just ketchup and mustard on his back.
The Jamaicans jerk their wieners.
No, so Haitian Jamaican.
No, the Haitians do something with goats and cats.
Apparently, listen, it takes a lot to make magic work, people. Just,
the
cost of magic.
That could be fun to play on though, with all this eating dogs and cats. Is you actually put like actual like wiener dog and a bun for the logo.
Dude, they actually got hot dog things that cut the fucking ends of the wieners to make them look like dachshunds.
That's fucking hilarious. And then you could also bring somehow you could put like the state of Ohio in the background because I am in Ohio, so like we could really play on this a little bit to bring a lot of people in to watch.
Dude, all you need is a green screen and one of the pictures of the crest. If you need a green screen, dude, I got a shit ton of them. We'll talk about logistics of having the wiener stuffed in your mouth. Make sure you check out Dino the Genetic Marvel and Sniffing Glue 22. They got a lot more besides the wiener top of lip, the sticking the wieners in their mouth.
Check out our OnlyFans. Yeah,
make sure you check out Atlas too. I don't know what Atlas's thing is, but I'm sure if you know where Dino is and where fucking Cole is, you can find Atlas.
There you go. That's how that works.
You should check us out next week on What the Fuck Wednesday. Guys, thanks for pushing through with me. And my fault, everybody. My stupid ass didn't hit live. That being said, be kind to each other. And remember, everything we said is alleged.
Allegedly.
This is all alleged. This shit, don't believe what the fuck I say. Fucking do your own research and come to your own shit. And just be good to each other because no matter who wins, we're all fucked in this situation.
Telling people to do their own research is misinformation.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Later.
Oh, we're all going to jail. It's great.
I live in America.